Look at her, Richard. Look at how magnificent she is. The most deadly hunter ever created. The most deadly dinosaur ever created. And I did it because I'm a mad scientist.
You're mad. You are mad. How can you play God by creating a dinosaur? However, did you do this?
Well, I just let her listen to this Pod Bros exclusive.
What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
That's Monkey Richard for it. I'm Sean.
Oh, I thought you were playing one of those like they have at the circus that the clowns have a beep. And we're speaking the language of bromance. Oh, Sean.
Oh, so Richard, recently I went and saw a movie.
Was it a good movie?
It was not a good movie.
Was it Ghostbusters?
It wasn't Ghostbusters. I kind of wish I would have saw Ghostbusters instead.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews. I have not seen it, but I've seen good reviews on it and I've seen bad reviews on it. And to me, it all depends on how the reviewer saw the chemistry between the cast.
I guess that's all what it depends on.
Yeah, which makes sense to me, but whatever. What did you see?
I went and saw The Legend of Tarzan.
Ooh, with what was his name? Alexander Skarsgård.
I don't remember who.
Right?
It's the dude from True Blood.
Yeah, Alexander Skarsgård.
He's got like a British accent, which isn't too great. Samuel L. Jackson's in that flick too.
And his name's Alexander Skarsgård. He sounds like somebody that is like a detective. You know what I mean? In like the 50s, like a beat detective. He's wearing a big coat and a fedora, and he has a little notebook that he flips open.
Yeah, I see that.
He's like, nah, see? Look here, sweet tits.
I wonder if he could do that accent. Well, it looks like it was the penguin in the alley with a wrench.
Are you the penguin in the alley with the wrench?
No.
No.
Off I go. No, it's funny because as we're walking out, somebody said, it's like, the only thing that wasn't CGI'd in this movie was Tarzan's abs.
No, because you could fucking chisel look like they were chiseled from fucking God's own marble.
Yeah, that dude has like zero body fat. But as I'm watching this, it wasn't a great movie. It kind of took me out of it because I don't know, like the acting wasn't that great. It was a very much like a 20s, 30s feel movie.
Well, it's set in that era, right? Or you just mean like it seemed simple to you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, like when you watch like Tarzan or King Kong for like the 20s and 30s, they're just kind of more, maybe not King Kong, but those 20 and 30 type serial type shows and movies. They're just, like they're simple. They're kind of, the hero conquers. It's kind of cheesy.
What's that, big monster? No problem. I've got this. What's that? A girl with seemingly virtuous attitude, but actually questionable morals? I'm all over this.
The bad guy is a bad guy, so. But what really got me thinking about this, and probably what we're going to talk about tonight, it's very like it's very romantic. The idea of this guy who is raised by animals, who can talk to animals, and I wonder if in this day and age we just kind of know more factual that like that's not really like back in the 20s and 30s. It's like, oh my god, this dude was raised by animals in the Congo, because the Congo during that time was a very mysterious thing.
Right? I think it kind of harkens back to a time before superheroes. Like we didn't they didn't have Superman and Batman and stuff like that. They you had Tarzan, which I struggle to think who you would compare Tarzan to in terms of modern superheroes.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I don't.
He'd be like a Captain America or like a Black Panther type character.
Oh yeah, Black Panther. Black Panther would be a good one. Or another example, Sherlock Holmes. Another perfect example. I mean, don't tell me that Sherlock Holmes isn't a superhero. The guy is super smart, has the power of deduction, trained in martial arts. Like, tell me that's not Batman.
Batman without the money. Yeah.
That's Batman with an English accent.
An English Batman.
Where's the trigger, Pip Pip Cheerio?
So it's kind of a romantic idea, somebody going and being raised by animals. So I've got 6 stories here that apparently are more factual based. Like, these are things that supposedly happened in the real world.
So you tell me these are actual people raised by animals?
Yes, and different kinds of animals.
like Dr. Dolittle? No, he just talked to animals, right?
Yeah, he just talked to animals. But these are like 6 people who are raised by 6 different animals. So we can kind of, we'll have an animal draft here in a bit.
Oh, they passed. Tell me it wasn't one kid that they just passed around.
It's like, yeah, it's the unwanted kid. It's like, well, that's not my kid.
Like the monkeys. Yeah, the monkeys leave it on the giraffe's doorstep. We don't like it. It doesn't have fur on it. It's not one of us.
It's the story of the ugly duckling, but it's the human.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have a long tail. You don't have a long neck.
In this story, monster is man.
Except for the crocodile, because when they left it there, it just ate it.
The end. Now go to sleep.
Moral of the story, don't go swimming in the Amazon. All right, so I'm going to start with somebody who was raised by monkeys, Richard.
Oh, were they bonobos?
No, they were not bonobos.
God, could you imagine?
Although this story sounds like it doesn't end very well for this girl. So
that whole scene between Tarzan and Jane would go completely differently if Tarzan was raised by bonobos. Like, oh, look, there's a boy lost in the woods. Look, I've brought you food. Food. Oh, wait, what are you doing? Help!
Well, they kind of showed in the Tarzan movie when he like steals her handkerchief because he's flirting with her, and she comes running after him, and she's all playing damsel in distress, like, oh, my father wouldn't like this. He's kind of like rubbing on her head with his head, and then like smells down, and they don't show it because I don't even know who made this movie, but it's got to be like a pretty hard PG-13 because he gets down in her crotchal region and just goes. It takes a big old whiff.
I was checking your fertility.
Not quite ripe yet.
And then pushes her out of the tree. Come back in a month.
All right, so Marina Chapman, she said she was kidnapped, probably for ransom, but was abandoned in the Colombian jungle. For 5 years, she lived out in the wild, where she was taken in by a group of Chapchin monkeys.
Were they coked out monkeys? It is Colombia.
Maybe.
And then the monkeys try to ransom her off for a fix.
Well, these are the Friends type of monkeys. You remember the monkey that was on Friends?
Oh, okay. Like the little Reese's monkey or the little
Yeah, so maybe these were coked out monkeys.
Like that you would see it like carnivals, or not carnival. Like there's the guy that like has the little box and he turns the crank and it plays the music, and then the monkey dances around. It's like one of those monkeys.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she's like playing in her front yard. Mom's, putting up laundry, and all of a sudden these monkeys are and they see the kid and they're like, oh God, we can get so many bananas for her.
Yeah. Leave the money, leave the cocaine in the 4th tree by the road. And we will be along shortly with the girl. No funny business.
Quit monkeying around.
No monkey business. That's our job.
I guess these monkeys are known to take children into their fold too. But they taught her how to catch birds and rabbits with their bare hands, and she was able to survive.
Huh.
That's a very could you imagine this day? Like, I still cannot believe this actually happens, because if a human goes into like the animal kingdom,
yeah,
I would think like animals would be like, oh, fuck you, or I'm gonna eat you, or I'm scared of you because you might eat me.
I don't know. I mean, I would I think it depends on the animals, because I think some animals have gotten very comfortable with a human population, and I think that's starting to show. I think that's starting to show for animals on almost an evolutionary scale, like generation to generation. I think it seems like some animals are getting much more comfortable with humans being around. I don't know if that's because of, urbanization or whatever, but
I think it's a ruse. They're trying to get on the humans' good side.
They're lulling us into security.
Like, oh, we'll kidnap this girl and we'll teach her. No, so this girl
first we'll raise their children, and then we'll become accepted by their tribe, and that's when we will slit their throats in the night. Monkeys forever.
Well, they made her a sleeper cell. That's what these monkeys are doing. They've made them her Jason Bourne. So they've taught her all these skills. They've got they're gonna have a keyword. So at some point, they got enough of these humans out there that they'll just go to each of the windows and they'll say the monkey keyword, and all of a sudden you got all these sleeper cell humans.
Oh, it's like they'll be like Patty Hearst. She's like Patty Hearst. She's got like the Stockholm syndrome, but with monkeys.
The keyword is kiwi. Kill the humans.
It's banana. Why is it banana? Why is it always banana? I like bananas. That's the only word you know, isn't it, Tom? Well, isn't it the only word you know? Yes, but that's not the point, Tom. We need something that no one else is going to say to her. What about banana? It's the same word, Tom. You just say banana. Okay, you just move the emphasis now. It doesn't.
You just move the emphasis. Brilliant, Tom. Brilliant. So poor Marina, she lived with these monkeys. They made her a sleeper cell agent. When she rejoined the humans, apparently she was taken by hunters. I hope this isn't the theme of this is that the hunters are the bad guys, but when they end up
and then the hunter shot and killed her because she was wearing monkey fur.
Yeah. She is mounted in Sir Jon Snow's house.
Wait a minute, there's a kid in that? Oh,
I got a tag for it. Does that count?
It doesn't work. Well, I mean, should have worn a vest. Bitch had it coming.
Just kick it in the river. One of the crocodiles will eat it. But I guess when she was taken by the hunters, they sold her to a brothel. But she did escape. So I like to think that she's living with the Chapchin monkeys now.
Where are the parents? So she gets kidnapped by monkeys, then she's kidnapped by hunters, and then she's sold to a brothel, then she escapes the brothel, and now, best case scenario, she's back with the monkeys. And you know what? That is the best case scenario, because where the fuck are the parents? 5 years later, it's like, we had a daughter?
Huh, who knew?
Huh. I wonder what that crib was for.
I just thought it was where I put all my clothes. I mean, my gym was all filled up with the clothes I had hanging up, so I thought that was the next best thing.
Yeah, it's like the treadmill you leave in your bedroom and never use.
Yeah, exactly.
You just hang clothes on it.
So raised by monkeys, Richard.
I would say out of the animals in the jungle to be raised by, it seems like monkeys would be one of the better choices.
So going back to Tarzan, it's always like a female gorilla that takes the child and raises him as her own.
Right.
I just don't know if I believe that, because I think in real life she'd be like walking in, see like, oh God, a baby. Yum, 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 yum.
Or look at it and be like, oh, what's that? And then just move on with its life.
Yeah.
That looks weird. Well, off to find some food. Do. I'm a monkey. I don't care about things that don't look like me.
So I guess, okay, so let's move on to our next. We're going to move over to Russia.
That's cold in Russia.
It is cold in Russia.
I hope they're befriended by like polar bears.
Yeah, you think polar bears, maybe a Siberian tiger, something cool like that. No, Richard.
Ooh, that would be badass. And then like if it's a kid, then the kid could ride the tiger. Ride the tiger.
Like a He-Man.
That was Battle Cat. That was totally different. And yes, kind of like that, because it's not really that different.
So in June of 2012, social workers discovered a toddler who had been locked in a room with goats by his mother. So you talk about the parents, not his goat mother.
His goat mother.
His goat mother didn't lock him in there.
Well, goats refer to their children as kids.
So the goat mother got confused.
Said kids. I have so many. I don't know which one of. It's like one of these things is not like the others. I don't
know what I'm doing. Bah, fuck it.
God, I wish I was on a mountain.
So I guess the boy repeatedly played and slept with the goats, but nourishment was apparently hard to come by as he weighed a third less than a typical child his age. When the child was rescued, his mother had disappeared. So apparently the mom locked him in there and he lived with these goats.
How did he eat? What did the goats eat? Who's feeding the goats?
Well, they're probably eating hay. Somebody, the hired hand still walking in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody's still feeding these goats. Isn't he going to notice that one of these things is not like the other?
Maybe it was kind of Hodor-ish, and he's like, he's throwing the hay in there. He's like, hey, he's talking to his boss. Hey, there's a kid in there. It's like, yeah, there should be 5 of them, dumbass. Get to doing something else more productive.
Hodor. Yeah, whatever. Just keep shoveling the hay and get me my fucking breakfast. God. Meanwhile, in Hodor language, he's like, there is a human child in the barn, and are you going to do anything about this, you lazy bastard?
Hodor language. So apparently when Hodor was able to tell these people about this kid being in there, the actual kid, doctors tried to acclimate him to actual human life, which they had difficulty. So basically like Tarzan, Tarzan, saves Jane, so they try to acclimate him to human life, and he has trouble because he's a man of the wild.
I'll tell you what, here's, see, this doesn't seem plausible to me because honestly, okay, let's say you, Sean, you're the hired hand, okay? And you're walking through and you're throwing hay in the goat pile and you're throwing hay, and all of a sudden, the goats come up and one, reaches his head out and he's chomping on hay, and another one reaches his head out. And then you just see a human hand reach out and grab a handful of hay and then pull it back. Now, you look over and you're like, there's a kid in here. Is your first thought, because this would be kind of my first thought, is, oh my God, did a goat give birth to a human child? Because if that's the case, that's news, and people need to know this.
Well, then if you peek in, you see it's just a kid. It's like, well, fuck, I don't want to be the one to find the kid. They'll put all the responsibility on me.
Right. Not mine.
I know how this works. When the person knocks on the door and asks if you were in such and such place 9 months ago with such and such woman.
I didn't sign shit.
I have no idea where that happened. I'm a virgin. I've never had sex in my life.
Hodor.
So that's why he got scared, because Hodor's like, one day when I came out here when the boss wasn't here, I had a little sexy time with one of these goats.
I fucked one of the goats. And now it made goat. Now I have to deal with this human goat fucking half-breed. And I don't know what to do with myself. All I know is I'm not paying shit for it. It's going to school on its own.
Well, the reason they found the kid, too, is because Hodor freaked out, so he burned down the building. Like, fuck that. I don't want to found my crazy creature of a child.
Yeah, fucking abomination.
And then they're like, oh, the people come to put the fire out. A couple of the goats are, saved. And, somebody's like, oh, my God, there's a child here. Hodor's like, oh, not mine, Hodor.
Hodor. Oh, shrugging his shoulders. Oh, Hodor.
Horador. She was a Horador. The goat was asking for it. It's like, they're all male goats here. Oh, okay. Woo! Dodge that bullet.
Immaculate goat human conception.
But apparently this kid, when they brought him in, he refused to sleep in a cot. Like, Tarzan, I'm sure, had trouble doing that.
Right.
He tried to get underneath it and sleep, and he was very scared of adults. Which would make sense. I mean...
Yeah, because every time you, want to go up and talk to an adult, it's just going to, put its head down and ram the fuck out of you.
He's just going around. He's, butting heads with people. He has, 37 concussions by the time he's 12.
Or it's those fainting goats. And so, he's afraid, every time he talks to somebody, they're going to, have a heart attack and fall over. Excuse me, I was just, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
I broke my mom. I broke my mom. Oh, wait, she's fine. Thank you, Mom. Oh, God, I did it again.
every goddamn day.
Mommy, I love you. I hurt when you hurt.
All right, well, let's move on to something that we're a little bit more accustomed to in the United States. Cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs?
Yeah, feral cats and dogs.
Ooh.
So I guess in 2009, so like I said, like this seems very romanticized in the movie Tarzan. Like I would never think that to this day and age, somebody would be raised by animals like in 2016.
Right. And okay, when we're talking about like cats and dogs, like I mean, I could see somebody being raised by dogs. Well, they did that. I mean, the Jungle Book. Like Mowgli was raised by wolves, not dogs, but close. I'm just saying dogs are far more loyal. Like cats eat your eyes. That's what they do. You ever heard that?
I have, yeah. I've heard people that like people that pass away in their homes and they have like a bunch of cats.
Yeah, like old crazy cat ladies, and they have a bunch of cats, and then old crazy cat lady dies in the house. What's the first thing the cats do? They eat. They eat their face.
Yeah.
You know where they start? They start in the eyes. Blech.
Isn't that like I think dogs do that too if it's a wild. But isn't that like very it's these animals you've taken care of for so long, and if you die, they're like, well, fuck it, I gotta eat.
Yeah, exactly. But like a dog will go near starving before it resorts to that. Like I don't think it will. Like I'm not totally sure, but I know if you're talking about a group of cats, if you're talking about two cats and two dogs, who's gonna eat your face first if you if you fall over dead in your kitchen? It's hands down the cats are gnawing on you first.
So cats, you have to be careful you don't sleep in too late because they might start eating you before noon. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep in today. Oh
I just
man,
set the alarm too late.
It's really dark in here still. Oh my god, where's my eyes? Just hear
buttons.
Not again, you silly pussycat.
Joke's on you. That one was glass.
So I guess in the Siberian town.
Wait a minute. Okay, so this one's in Siberia?
Yeah.
So also Russia.
Yeah.
So apparently in Russia, and I was to say in Russia, it seems like they have a large problem with children being wandered off and raised by other animals.
In Russia, pets raise you.
Oh, that's deep cut Yakov Smirnoff. Good show. Brava.
So I guess these welfare workers were led to this unheated flat in Siberia where they found this 5-year-old girl they called Natasha.
Okay.
So this one, she was raised by the animals, but she was still technically living with her father and other relatives.
Wait a minute. Was her last name Romanoff, and was she raised by spiders?
Maybe. Oh. This is the Black Widow origin story.
Yeah. Copyright.
I don't know. Do they even really have a Black Widow origin story?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure somebody has one written somewhere. But you know what? This one's ours. Copyright. Richard Sean. Disney's gonna pay what they owe.
And then Scarlett Johansson fell in love with me, and we had so many babies because we had so much sex. It was amazing.
I'm such a stud.
Call me all kinds of cute names like, get out of here. There's a warrant for your arrest. Oh, I loved it so much. The restraining order says stay away 100 feet. I loved her playful voice like that.
That's what I call hard to get.
So now I'm sitting here in this jail cell.
That's what explains my first court appearance.
So I guess technically, so this is kind of more sad because she wasn't like rescued by these animals, but she was living with her father, but he was nowhere to be found. But she acted just like the feral cats and dogs that were in the same place.
So dad just wandered off?
I guess, yeah, he couldn't be anywhere to be found when they rescued the girl.
See, it sounds that Russia apparently has a very large problem with their children not being taken care of. So the animals are like child protective services.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're like the goats show up and they're like, listen, Denise.
We'll raise the boy. Come with us. We'll show you the way of the goat. Well, what's that like? Meh. Did you just say meh and start eating hay? Meh.
Oh God, she scared me.
I don't understand. That's when they kick you. It's like, no, you can't talk anymore. You're in goat land.
Be like, look, you can either be raised by goats and eat hay. You can come with us and eat hay every once in a while, or you can stay here and eat nothing because apparently Denise likes to wander off because communism is hell. Well, I guess I'll go with the goats. That's right. You'll go with the goats.
Well, this is the same situation. Like they say she would lap up food from bowls. So somebody was feeding them.
Yeah. Again, there has to be somebody that puts the food bowl down and sees a small child wander up and be like, glug, glug, glug. Hey!
It's the same dude with the goats. He feeds these people's cats and dogs, and he walks in. He's like,
it's just the same guy.
He pets the dog. He's like, Hodor. Pets the cat. Hodor. Pets the kid. He's like, Hodor? Hodor. Just goes to the next one.
He's probably like, these people get down around here.
He's like, listen, if I'm the dude that found the kid with the goats and the dude that found the kid with the cats and dogs, people are going to ask questions. You find one, you're a hero. You find two, you're a suspect.
That's when the bears show up and they're like, we'll take this off your hands. Oh, yeah, but okay, yes, you make the point. Like, somebody's feeding these animals. Like, they're not going to be like, hey, save some for your sister. Greedy ass kid.
Well, and this is kind of interesting. They talked about she would only hiss and bark. And that's the other thing. In the Tarzan movie, which this was kind of a weird scene. So apparently, whenever Tarzan wants to get busy with Jane, he starts making a bunch of mating sounds from nature.
Okay.
So he's you hear like these bird sounds. It's like, oh, that's the something or another bird's mating sound. And you hear like a purr growl thing. It's like, oh, that's the cheetah. Also a mating sound. And that's the time where your dude from True Blood walks up and like grabs her behind her.
Yeah.
From behind. He's like,
yeah. And then she breaks her hip on his rock hard abs.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I did get aroused when that came on. He is a specimen of a man.
You just said that on the internet.
Yeah, I'll edit that out.
That's forever.
But that's the other thing I always find weird is, it's the romanticizing of these things. Like in Tarzan, he can talk to the animals, right?
Yeah, like Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, well, no, but he talks to them in their own like barks and growls and whatever.
Right.
And so like this, apparently like this girl would do the same thing. And I don't know, I can't buy that. Like to me, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, does Jane teach him how to talk in people speak?
Well, yes, but he's a person, so it's natural for him to learn how to talk in people speak.
Well, apparently not for the little kid that's drinking half a saucer of milk and like batting other cats away. Be like, no, it's mine. But saying it in cat language.
Washes herself with her hand.
The original Catwoman.
Yeah.
Hodor. I'm going to name her Selena Kyle. Hodor.
All right, so we're going to go to Argentina.
Oh, thank God. We've left Russia, finally.
Hodor, yeah. So Hodor had these two situations come up. And so people are like, that's the dude that found the kid with the goat. And everybody's like, oh my God, he's such a hero. It's like, yeah, but he found another kid. It's kind of weird. So Hodor's like, I gotta get out of the country. So he goes to Argentina.
Poor Hodor. He's like, I need, I'm up here. It's Siberia. You know how cold it is in Siberia? It's fucking cold. Going to Argentina. You know what's in Argentina? Not cold. That's what's in Argentina.
I'm going to just go hang out.
It's going to be great.
In the woods. It's wintertime right now, so it's going to be freezing, but that's okay. It's better than Siberia. So I guess, and this is, again, I find this super hard to believe, but apparently they discovered an abandoned 1-year-old boy surrounded by 8 wildcats in 2008.
Like wildcats, do you mean like mountain lions?
It just says wildcats, so I'm assuming like wild feral cats.
Okay. Like everybody's house cat, but feral.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So apparently during this night, these cats kept the boy alive by laying on top of him and tried to lick the crusted mud from his skin.
Yeah, that's not true. They were actually trying to just find a spot to start eating.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because they're cats.
And they said that, I guess, the boy was seen eating scraps of food.
Because the cats are trying to fatten him up.
Well, this is a situation like they found him right now. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. The cats kept him alive.
Yeah. And they're like, no, we were trying to eat him.
That's right. If they find him a day later, it's a tragedy. It's a very tragic event.
He was going to be a sacrifice to our cat gods.
These 8 cats ate this child. That is horrific.
We washed him in the blood, in the spit of our mouths. We anointed him with the oils and the muds.
I come from the cat. This is like the cat story, the cat musical.
Damn, I used to know names of some of the cats in the musical Cats, but now it's gone.
Probably like Buttons and Spot and Socks. Those are usually typical cat names.
No, they had like cool names. I can't think of any. It'll come to me. It'll come to me, and then I'll just scream it out randomly at some point.
All right, so let's go to Chile. So these are just kind of quick hits on some of these things. So we go to Chile, where a 10-year-old boy was found, and all these are very recent.
Yeah, they sound very recent.
Like all these are, I kind of feel like these are parents who just want a Lifetime television movie. It's like, okay, we're gonna put our kids with these wild animals, and hopefully they survive for a couple years, and then we can write a book and then have a movie on it.
Well, they did. Wasn't there one that they made a movie?
Yeah, it was called Tarzan, and there's one called The Jungle Book.
No, God damn it, not those two. There was one that had what was her name? Chick from Contact. Silence of the Lambs. Damn. Oh, this stuff's. Oh, I feel like my brain's being broken.
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. Yes. There was a movie with Jodie Foster called Nell, where she was like living in the woods, and she like developed her own language.
I've heard of that.
It was like one of those like super sad kind of movies.
What was her language? Was it Hodor language? Hodor speak?
Was it Hodor speak? I don't remember what she was saying. I don't remember. She was just saying all sorts of weird, crazy shit. Deuteronomy. That's the name.
That was the name of the movie?
That was the name. No, that was the name of one of the cats.
So was Jodie Foster raised by any animals, or did she just live on her own?
No, she just lived on her own in this it was like a cabin in the middle of the woods, and I guess she was like abandoned or whatever. I don't remember the premise of the movie. It was a while ago when I saw it, and I was actually kind of forced to see it because I'm married and
because it was to die for.
And that's the life I lead.
All right, well, let's go to Chile, where this boy, I guess, was found in 2001. He had been living in a cave, I guess, with these pack of dogs. So we've heard that story, the kid raised by wolves or kid raised by dogs, right?
Okay, so now we've gone from ours. We're trotting around the globe. So this is the trial. So these are the trials of Hodor and his this is his magical animal adventure. Hodor's magical animal adventure.
So Hodor's like, okay, well, I found this goat kid. I found this girl who was being raised by cats and dogs. I found this kid who was almost eaten by cats, but I saved him just in time.
Right, and then they were dancing around her, and one was called Rumpus, and I don't know what that meant, and it kind of freaked me out, so I just left.
And then I was, so I'm like, okay, I gotta go somewhere fun. And he's like, I am starving for chili, so I'm gonna go to the place called Chili. They gotta have good chili there, right?
Something, please. But one other question I had about the cat thing. How long had the kid been there? Because that one, it just sounds like the kid was like they just like dumped the kid, and the kid like was there overnight.
I think so. I think it was just a night. Because I think if he was there any longer, the cats would have ate him. So basically, he was found just in time before he was eaten.
Where's the cats are like, no, he was already prepped. We were so close.
He licked all the mud off. Damn it.
Oh, so much for the sacrifice.
All right, Rumpkin, we're going to eat you now.
Yeah.
Me?
Wait a minute. What? Don't listen to me. Listen to Rumpus.
The god has spoken, and you are the one to be eaten. So I guess this boy had a rough childhood. He'd been abandoned by his parents. So he, I guess basically like he's home. His parents are like, clean your room. And he says, no, walks outside, lifts his leg up, pees on the bush. And his mom's like,
whoa,
you should live, you're not act like that. You go live with the animals. You go live with the dogs. Kid's like, all right. starts walking to a cave and finds a pack of wild dogs.
Challenge accepted, mother.
The real life story of this is he would walk in, to a cave of wild dogs and get eaten. But I guess this make-believe story that somebody made up, he lived with them. So it doesn't say, again, these don't say much. I wonder if it's because these are these kids' imagination. Really, they've just lived at home in the closet for 2 years.
I'm telling you this story because the truth is so horrible. Yeah. I've blacked it out.
So I guess he sought refuge with these dogs, and they helped him scavenge for food and protect him. And I guess the mother even fed him milk. One of the female dogs.
Where'd they get milk?
I'm guessing it was like from her teat.
Oh, it was booby milk.
Yeah, it was booby milk. If we want to be scientific about it, it was booby milk.
Doggy booby milk. You ever tasted booby milk?
A little bit, I think. I had some on my hand that I tried.
Yeah.
It tastes like milk.
Yeah, it does. A little bit saltier.
Well, when you get it from the tap, it's a little bit saltier.
Yeah, it is. Wait a minute.
Gross.
You know what? However I get down is however I get down. This kid's drinking off the teat of a dog, and you're judging me?
So, I still wonder about this fact that this kid wandered off. So Hodor's like, I'm going to go check out this cave. He's like, God damn it. Is that a kid with these dogs?
Every time.
Hey, kid. Hodor, where's your parents?
Those are dogs. Those aren't people. That's not your mom. Where are you doing with your mom? Oh, get off of that. You don't know where that's been.
Don't you growl at me, mister.
Bless.
He takes out a newspaper and beats him with it.
Sprays a bottle of water on his face. No living in the cave. Bad.
Oh, no.
Go home.
Now he peed. He always pees when he gets scared or upset.
Oh.
Rub his nose in it.
And that's how Hodor lost his fourth job. We walk into the cave. He's shoving my son's face in a pile of piss.
It's like he didn't pee. There was our dog. Oh, sorry. I just assumed it was the kid.
You know what you've done.
Yeah, you I've got to tell you the story of my life and all the kids I've seen raised by animals. It's crazy. It's mostly because of bad parents. Yeah. I think you guys are okay, but I was just being prepared.
He was in a cave with dogs. He was sucking from the teat of a mama dog, dog mom, suckling the bosom. You know what that's like, huh, mister? Huh? Where are you going? Just saying. Wife's got a nice rack. What? I have to leave.
You leave. This is my house. Oh wait, your house? Oh, will you hold the door for me?
Where's that cave?
I'm gonna go live with the dogs. They're more polite. They're better parents than you.
And better tits. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Screw you, Mrs. Johnson.
Hey everyone, this is Tom from the Say What Podcast, and I would love it if you'd swing over to saywhatpodcast.com to check us out as soon as you're done listening to this show. We handpick real news articles to poke fun at every week, like a lady from Florida attacking her boyfriend with a ceramic squirrel, or kids rubbing chapstick in their eyes to get high, or the guy who got arrested for repeatedly having sex with an inflatable pool shark. Yeah, I think you get the point. So tune into the Say What Podcast every Friday on iTunes, Stitcher, and at saywhatpodcast.com.
All right, well, let's go to our final story. So a lot of dogs, a lot of cats. So this is the age-old tale of the Mowgli, the kid that was raised by wolves.
Yeah, see? Now we're in cool. See, like all these other animals been kind of like wimpy animals. I mean, dogs are kind of tough, but like oh my God, he was left in a room with cats. Old women do that voluntarily. And like, oh, he was, this little girl was taken and raised by monkeys. I mean, the brothel thing was probably kind of, that I'm sure that sucked.
Well, and it's funny too, like you think about like dogs, you hear stories about them protecting people, but cat, you never hear about the story of the cat that saved somebody, from the intruder.
Right?
The cat comes out, sees somebody breaks in, like, oh, fuck, it ain't my shit. As long as you feed me before you leave.
Exactly. And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, my stereo's gone. Then you're standing at the top of the steps. And what does that cat try to do? Weave in between your legs. You know why? Because it's a plot. It's trying to assassinate you. You're going to trip over that cat. You're going to fall down the stairs and break your neck. So then what are you out? You're out of TV and your life. Because that was collusion. And then the cat goes and meets the robbers and pays them like $50. It's like, thanks for the distraction.
The cat's playing the long game. I just feel like this is a misery this thing with your cat. Like there should be a parody of a cat being like the misery character. Keeps you alive and just slowly eats you.
No, see, it's plot. Yeah, it's plotting to get the house. That's the whole plan. Soon the Chateau Marmont shall be mine.
But the bad thing is the cat realizes, oh shit, I can't change my own cat litter, so now I'm fucked. Now I got dirty kitty litter.
I don't want to poop outside. That's what dogs do.
Isn't that amazing that cats know to do that just instinctively?
Really? I had to teach mine.
No, kitty, pee there. Pee in the sand.
Well, you put it out, and I mean, you just kind of like bring them to it.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to show them where it's at.
Yeah, you kind of show them where it's at, but they kind of figure it out. I think it just kind of goes off smells. At least that's the way I understand it.
Well, how I've always taught them is I'll pee and poop in it first, so they know that's what you're supposed to do.
Now this is the last time I'm gonna show you.
Go over to your house and it's like, man, I just shit in your kitty litter. It's like, I don't even have a cat. Oh, well, that's awkward.
Yeah, good thing I covered it up. Otherwise, that would have been awkward for the both of us.
All right, so this is one of the most well documented. This is going back in time. This is 1920 in India.
So this is kind of like the age of Tarzan.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is when it was romanticized. I mean, this is when they had, those little, I don't know if they were comics back then, but they're like the little booklets of, like they had like the Billy the Kids and stuff like that, where it's like, Tarzan found in the jungle.
Like serial
books. The story
books.
of Tarzan. Yeah. So I guess there was two sisters, 1 3, 1 8, and they were living with a she-wolf in her pack. So this is kind of like the Mowgli story, but with girls.
Oh. So wait a minute. So there's 2 girls and they're living with wolves.
Yeah. They don't know if they were sisters, but the man that found them took them back to his orphanage where they tried to get into the custom of human surroundings.
And it didn't work because they couldn't be repressed. They needed the call of the wild. That's when they like got in their 20s and started sleeping around.
Well, they made some progress, but they basically came down with like a fatal illness.
Oh.
And I'm probably guessing that's, during this time, if they were in the jungle for so long, they probably weren't exposed to a lot of, human diseases.
Was it jungle fever?
No, not like jungle fever. Because they came from the jungle. So they would have got like smallpox or, things like that.
Wow, way to buzzkill. Like, I'm trying to be funny here. I'm talking about making a jungle fever joke. And you're like, no, it's probably smallpox. Hang on, let me just take this piece of comedic gold that you had and shoot it with a whole fucking case of smallpox.
let me blow a hole in that with a case of reality, Richard.
Who's reality? And then there's smallpox.
Well, Richard, smallpox is a real thing. It's not made up.
That's a harsh reality. That's my point.
But I mean, you look at this. This is almost like the Liam Neeson thing. Like, I figure, like, as a kid, you come into a pack of wolves. Like, I just don't think they're gonna accept you. Like, you have to fight somebody. It's like being in jail. Find the biggest dude there, and then you punch him in the balls.
Yeah, it's also true for preschool.
Yeah.
That's why I told each of my kids when I let them off first day of school. I'm like, look, you find the biggest, baddest motherfucker around here, and you sock him right in the face.
The problem is they're homeschooled and they punch you in the nuts every day.
They did.
Damn it, I should have seen this coming.
And then I took them somewhere and they hit a janitor. It was crazy. They're like, yeah, tattoo. He looked tough.
So now my kids are being raised by a goat. Things seem to be going well.
We'll take it from here, sir.
I didn't think that was a real thing. Bah. I don't know. Did you laugh or curse me? Bah. Well, bah you back, sir.
I appreciate being talked to this way.
All right, kids. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
So, going through all this, what would be your ideal animal to be raised by?
Ooh. Well, like for me, I think it's got to be something badass. Like if I had my choice to be raised by something, then you're foregoing the possibility that they're going to kill, like whatever animal I pick is going to kill me and eat me. Like if I'm being raised by an animal, obviously they're going to raise me. If I had to choose, I'd go with bears.
That's a good call.
I'd want to be raised by bears because, okay, number one, like it's a fucking bear. Like how cozy would that be to snuggle up next to at night?
Oh, and then during like hibernation,
right? You just lay down and snuggle up next to a big, warm, soft bear. Oh, that'd be awesome. And
they
then
have a big old paw around you and snuggle. It'd be like a big puppy dog, a big fluffy puppy dog.
Yeah, it'd be like a big giant fucking blanket. And then you get old, and then you get to learn like all the ways of being a bear. So that's awesome. Also, they eat salmon, and you know what? Salmon's pretty delicious.
And then like honey.
Yeah,
get a lot of honey.
Honey and salmon. Oh my god, that's amazing.
And as you're riding on him as he's swimming in the lake, you'd be like, "It's the bare necessities."
Oh yes, exactly.
Bears like we don't sing that song. We actually find it very offensive.
Yeah, that's a little racist. We eat racists. You're like, no, wait. Point number 4. You get a little older. Guess what? You're riding a bear. And tell me who would stand their ground in a fight when you're being charged on by a guy riding a bear.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like you and me get in a fight and we're in the woods and I'm like, you know what? That's it. We'll meet back here at noon tomorrow and I'm beating your ass. And then you're like, bring it on, bitch. And then the next day you stand there in the woods and you're like, where is this motherfucker? And then here I come riding a bear.
You can't mess with Mama's cub. She is pissed off.
I'm like, where's your God now?
You just see Smokey the Bear walk out behind him. Well played, sir. Well played.
Clever girl. So yeah, I'd have to go with bears. What about you?
It's a good call. I mean, for some reason, I want to say like something fierce, like you said, like a crocodile or like a shark, because then you conquer your fear. And like, sharks are the apex predators.
You got to worry about holding your breath under the water.
Well, I mean, they come up every now and then.
Well, yeah, but
crocodiles.
Not in the grand scheme of things. If we're asking who's going to hold their breath longer, you or a shark, I'm going to go with the shark.
Well, I mean, and if you think about your bear scenario, who's going to run faster, you or the bear?
Well, that's why I'm riding the bear.
I'm riding the shark.
But sharks don't like to be that close to the surface all the time.
Well, I know. I'll flip-flop sharks. I'll get a shark that wants to be up and above where he's at.
Alley-oop.
It's just like killer whales. Oh, killer whale wouldn't be too bad. The problem is you couldn't sleep, though.
Well, if it was a killer whale, then you constantly have to deal with, like, singing that Free Willy song.
And they're always so moody.
And they're